The scientific paper we're looking at is all about green fluorescent proteins, GFPs, and how they work in the bioluminescence of certain sea creatures called cnidarians. These creatures include jellyfish and corals, and they have this cool ability to produce light. The paper talks about how GFPs interact with other proteins in these creatures, and how they help scientists study them. The researchers found that GFPs have a special part called a chromophore that makes them glow green. This chromophore is made up of 3 specific building blocks, and it needs oxygen to form. They also discovered that GFPs can make different colors when they change some of the building blocks. For example, they made a blue fluorescent protein by changing one of the building blocks. The paper also talks about how GFPs interact with other proteins in the creatures. They found that when GFPs are mixed with certain other proteins, they can transfer energy to them, which is important for the creatures to produce light. This is really cool because it helps scientists understand how these creatures make light and how they use it in their environment. In the discussion section, the researchers talk about how these findings are important. They say that understanding how GFPs work in cnidarians can help scientists study other living things, like cells and tissues. This is because scientists can use GFPs to track different parts of cells and see how they work. It's like having a special light that shows you what's happening inside a cell. The researchers also talk about how their findings can help us understand the environment. They say that studying how cnidarians use light can help us understand the ocean better. For example, they mention that some creatures in the ocean use blue light more efficiently than green light. This is important for understanding how different creatures interact with each other in the ocean. Overall, this paper is super interesting because it tells us about how GFPs work in cnidarians and how this can help us understand cells, tissues, and the ocean. It's like a puzzle piece that helps us see the bigger picture of life on Earth.